Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Between the Trees, our Draft Day Sports College Basketball 18 Dynasty, built around the big man. We left it off last time at a little bit into the start of recruiting, kind of looking at our targets, and we're going to go and pick up at scheduling. We're going to make the schedule in this video, and also kind of show what we've been doing in recruiting. So let's go and hop on in here. Ooh, them transitions. The only editing we do, and it's not even editing, it's actually already in the program. So, anywho, so you can kind of see up here. I was going to point over here, but it's really dark. We're at September 18th, which is the day the scheduling starts. If you've cheated already and not listened to me, you bastards, you see we already have one recruit. Larry Seals, if you don't remember, he was one of our targets and kind of one of the ones I was kind of expecting would sign with us. He's kind of seemed like he was always fairly interested from the start. I mean, he was interested from the start, but he was always more interested than some of even the guys who were interested from the start. And you can see there's his decision, blah, blah, blah. First off, I'll show you, I've kept up on here. Last episode, we tried having all the Delaware kids come to the campus and show them how cool our campus is. Didn't really work. Corey Stewart's like, nah. Lytle, nah. Dissinger, nah. So that went well for us. So we had to kind of adjust our targets. And going into recruiting, I'll pull this up here. I finally decided on. By the way, I have a few guys here that aren't scouted yet. These lower ranked guys, or these higher ranked guys. I don't expect we're actually ever gonna have any chance in hell of signing them. I just put them up there because the GPAs are really low, so I'm kind of hoping they, stuff. No, I'm kind of hoping they get low enough SAT scores they qualify, but not for good schools, so we can kind of pick them up. So I'm just kind of bookmarking them for my reference later. This is the hell. I got way too many people on my list. I know. Let's go into here. Let's sort by name. So Bowie was one. We'll get into why he's not interested anymore. So he was. It was Bowie and Seals were my two centers, forwards, whatever you want to put in there. Were my big men I was looking at. For obvious reasons, of course, Bowie's 7'1" and a good rim protector with good passing. And Seals is 6'10", good rebounder and rim protector, and he's gonna be an average passing. I like his ball handling for centers. I know it's only a C, but in my experience playing this game, C is really good for a center when it comes to ball handling, unless you're getting like really up into the real high level centers. And of course, the fact that our scout thinks he can score from inside and outside. I think my scout, again, I mentioned before, I think my scout is just really wrong on that, or my recruiting guy, whoever does scouting, is really wrong on that. But hey. What the hell do I know? Let's see. And then on the guards, we had Taylor, which you notice I decided to offer him the scholarship. For right now, he was our highest ranked player that was interested. We'll get into his visit we gave him, and we'll have to actually give him another visit that's not as crap. And that was really just, he's kind of, seems like he might be an okay 3-and-D type guy. He's got the size to play a little combo guard. Not a great passer, but, it'll work. My other two targets that I was kind of deciding between on... Wow, I can't speak today. In my defense, I've only had half a 8-ounce cup of coffee. I mention that because I think coffee cups are normally bigger, but I have a cup. It works for me. It's not great, but it's mine. Lavassier... His problem was that he can't score, but he was the guy I really liked as almost as either a point forward or just straight up moving to a big point guard. Those assist numbers are kind of low, even though we think he's going to be a great passer. He is playing small forward, so But I liked him as kind of like either, like I said again, point forward or oversized point guard, or even a combo guard at the shooting guard position. And then the other one was Erskine from Rhode Island. Another guy who needs to learn how to shoot, but he passes really well. And he has the size, and he's actually a point guard. Not that we really need point guard, but he'd be a good combo guard for us. So we're going to hop over here. So how'd our visits go? Well, not well. I just thought Bowie wasn't interested anymore because his parents didn't like us. Seals liked us, which isn't a surprise considering he signed with us. Taylor wasn't interested, but he still likes us, so we'll see on that one. We'll probably still go after him. And Levasseur did like us, but I'm kind of afraid that he's a bust. He's not really as good as we think he is. So I can finally delete all these. Yay! I have a couple backups on these lists too. I should have shown you those. We'll get this down sometime. The two players we're looking at backups right now, and we'll see if they've signed with anyone, was Nicholson, who needs to get his grades up. Kid from Maryland there. You can kind of see his stuff. We like him because of his steals, really. That's the main thing that kind of stands out. He's a really high steal rating and really high steals per game for a center. He'd move to power forward, obviously, because he's a little small. And we'd really like even our power forwards being bigger than that, because that's kind of the whole point of this. But first year at Delaware State, beggars can't be choosers. We just got to get what we can get. That's how this works. And then Wheeler, let's go down here. Hang on, I'm not sorting by name, that's why. Wheeler was the other one, another 6'8" kid from Maryland. He was a good defensive guy and a good passer. Oh no, excuse me, he was a good rebounder and a good passer. Wow. Boy, I'm doing all sorts of great things today. I can't talk and I can't see. Then we had a whole bunch of... We had Diggs and Jennings are still on our list of backup targets for that position, for the forward or guard position that we need. And really, they'd probably have been up higher, but they just don't want to talk to me. I'm kind of getting the feeling I have it on hard recruiting. I should have mentioned that to begin with, but, again, I forgot a lot of stuff. Hard recruiting, high job pressure. Anyways, I'm getting the feeling that with hard recruiting, it's a lot of... Especially at a low level right now with our... Which we're kind of at low level school and particularly our low level recruiting. It's a lot easier to find guys who already like you, or just on your call list, because it seems like so far it's really hard to get guys when you call them up to go like, oh yeah, hey, I'll give you a few minutes. The other two were one I recently found that we didn't have on there before. Here, let me pull them up. From New Jersey. Gregg Treeck from Washington, New Jersey. He's 6'6", 227, plays the small forward position. He'd probably either stick there or he'd move him over to shooting guard. Numbers are alright. He's ranked 976 in the nation. Right now, he's actually moved down a little bit. Scoring about 13.6 points per game, averaging about 4 rebounds, 1.5 steals, about a block, and 1.6 assists. I'm not too concerned about the assist numbers there. He'll take some shots, which is good. He's not going to be afraid to shoot the ball or just pass it out. Good inside-outside shooter, good three-throw shooter. Athleticism could be better, just an average at steals, though, and average defender. Average rebounder, not a great shot blocker, but I'm not really looking for a shot blocker at those positions, so that's a luxury than a must. So yeah, so let's go ahead and real quick get the visits done here. Seals is out, so we don't really need to. Bowie is pretty much out. We're going to... I saw him offered, so F it. But I don't think he's gonna really stick with us, but we'll try it. We'll try one more, why not? Taylor, I'm going to hit up again. I'm just going to pitch him something different than we did last time. Unfortunately, he's not really interested in anything else. But he didn't like our last pitch, so... We'll go with, I don't know, playing time. He doesn't care about playing time, but again, he didn't like our other pitch, so... The good news, we're not number 1 on his board, so... He might actually qualify. They may have changed that. Last year's game, I was able to find a lot of guys that, when I was playing my, particularly when I got to K-State, that I knew weren't going to qualify, because all of a sudden I'd be recruiting them. They'd be like a high-level recruit or something. I'd be recruiting them, and I'd jump to number 1 right away, and I'm like, yeah, I know what's happening here. After Bowie and Taylor, we're going to go through our other two names we're interested in. Let's go and pull those up. Levasseur is going to get a visit. And I'll probably go Nicholson. Yeah. He hasn't resigned. I may even just, I'll hit Nicholson with the playing time. Honestly, I may just switch, because we'll see. I really probably should just switch off Bowie and go with Nicholson, because I don't think Bowie's gonna come to us. And then I'll hit Lavassier again. We got him up. Oh, he already signed with Howard. Never mind then. Oh, he's off our list. Boy, I should really look at these things, shouldn't I? Let's see if Erskine's still around. Erskine, are you still available? Yes, you are. Okay, we're gonna visit. Hang on, let's call you first. Thank you, that's what I needed to know. Pitch him our location. Yeah, I'm noticing it feels like apparently anywhere in the... Whereas when I've played in like the Midwest and even the West and at some points the Southeast, you know, there's actually distance. I swear to God, it feels like right now at Delaware State, it's like just anywhere in the Atlantic East is considered close enough. The amount of stuff that's like Eli, let's see. Yeah, Eli is like a 550, which is kind of like the close to you score. It's recruiting wise at least. I know there's Delaware's cheap. Let's go scroll here. Like Delaware's 125. I think then it goes in 125 for host, and I think it goes 550 for nearby-ish states. And then like Tennessee, you see here, it goes 750 and 900. That's why I'm kind of surprised. It seems like you look at the map. We're here. Vermont's here. That's close. I'm like, okay. Take your word for that one there, game. Whereas, you know, when I'm at Kansas, for example, you know, here's Kansas. If I recruit, I don't know. If I try to recruit Texas, Texas is considered a 900. It's, as I'm going to call it a 900. But yeah, Texas is 900 from Kansas. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. But what can I say? All right. Get back to our watch and call list. We don't care about this list. What the hell? Oh, I'm on Delaware still. Hang on. There we go. Alright, let's go through and call some people. Actually, I don't know why I'm calling some people. Let's go through and see who's signed real quick. Make sure we can get rid of all those guys. Then we'll go to scheduling. I swear to God, we'll get to scheduling. I know we're running a little long here. Lutz is gone. That's fine. He wasn't really on my list anyways. He was just kind of there. Not a lot of people have signed so far. Seals signed to us. Look at that lovely blue. Yeah, go Seals. 6'10", 247. Center there. I'm excited about him. Hoping he hope he turns out as good as we think he will. And having that size at a small school would be really nice too. All right, so that was all we had for guys who would sign with someone. I'm gonna go call Diggs. I don't think he's gonna sign because he's gonna listen to us because he's moved up in the rankings again, unfortunately. Puerto Rico. He won't listen to us. There's a surprise. Call Jennings. He's not gonna listen to us. Told you. And Nicholson and Wheeler, I think we already have interested. Nicholson is. Was Wheeler interested? Does anyone remember if Wheeler was interested? Yes, he was interested. Okay. Let's just go through all these other guys for no reason. Nope. Nope. And nope. And we already called him. Should I call Eli for no reason? Let's do it. Why not? Getting hung up on is fun. Isn't it fun? Yeah, that's pretty much how this is going to go for a while, I'm getting the feeling. Which is kind of sucky because we don't have that many people who are interested in us. But hey, we'll get lucky. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Once my recruiting gets up, it'll probably be a little bit easier too. Anywho. Let's see what we came here to do. Let's schedule some games. So November 14th, our opener. We're scheduled right now against Tennessee State. We aren't going to play Tennessee State. We have a whole list of teams we could play. I should give you heads up. So here's how I do scheduling. I usually am lazy and just look at prestige to decide what schools are crap and what aren't. It's not perfect, but it works for me. Like I said, crap prestige schools can always have a good season. I mean, hell, we could have a good season. But generally, that's the way I look at it. That's my very, very lazy way of doing this. The other thing I'll usually do is I tend to book a lot of, and I think I covered this in the first episode, but I will bring in a lot of cupcakes. I will usually play one or two major conference teams. A lot of that is partially because I can. No, a lot of that is just to, have some realism-ish. I don't know what I just said. Or I said something in a language I shouldn't, but yeah, to have some realism-ish of basically simulating the idea that we're playing a school that paid us a shit ton of money to come visit them. That's pretty sure how that goes. Let's open against Central Connecticut State. I like that. And then we'll play. See, I don't know why Colorado State would want to come play at Delaware State. That's a completely worthless game for them. Like, it's a good tune-up game. They get to beat the crap out of a small team, but why would they come to us to do that? Seems like more they would want us to come to them, and we ain't driving that far. I'm not playing Manhattan. Their prestige is too good. Otherwise, I would. Conesus is another one I would. Maybe Niagara. Ooh, Fairfield. There we go. We can play another Connecticut team. Marist. That's another good option. Mount St. Mary's out of Maryland. That's an option. Who else we got? Portland's in Oregon. I don't really like that idea. That's kind of... yeah, let's play them. We're going to play South Carolina Upstate. So our first two games will be at Central Connecticut State and South Carolina Upstate. New Britain, Connecticut, and Spartanburg SC. Well, they'll be at home, but we'll... Alright, our first road game of the season. We are not traveling all the way to LA. That is expensive. We could travel to Cincinnati, but I don't want to get our ass kicked in our first three games. I don't mind going over to New York, though. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. That's always one of my favorite teams to, crap teams to play. So let's play them. This is the first road game of the season. We're going to go to Newark, New Jersey to play at the NJT Athletic Center. Play them smart-ass tech kids. Then let's go. I like Boston, but I don't. They're gonna kick our ass. Same with Buffalo. I don't care as much about Buffalo. Boston would be fun though. Brighton wouldn't be bad. They also suck. And over there in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And continue our little visit of the Atlantic East there. Or we could play everyone's favorite. I don't have the new logo. Oh no, that's not everyone's favorite. That's the other Loyola. Do we actually play that one team? Hang on. No, they must be in another division. If you've been following the NCAA, you'll know what team I'm talking about. I know I'm not talking about the Loyola. That was just me being dumb because I haven't had enough coffee. The other team. I don't think, they're not in our... They must be in the Northeast. We don't actually have a chance to play them right now. That's kind of lame. Anywho, I'll shut up now. We could go to Tennessee, but again, no. You know what? I like the idea of playing the Navy. Let's go visit those Naval Academy boys. I'm gonna put probably the 5th. Let's go ahead and get a couple of our big games in first. The 5th, I'd like to get a big one in. We can go to Texas. I'd really rather go to somewhere close. Do I not have somewhere close to go on that day? Really? Closest I can go to is Texas, unless I want to play a crap school. Oh, I can play West Virginia. There we go. That works. There we go. That's more what I'm looking for. Or Seton Hall. Man, we've been to Newark, though. I don't know. I like the idea of playing against the Big East in the Prudential Center. Screw it. Let's go play in West Virginia. I know, that was very decisive of me there. It's like, where could we play? Then I'll take the 19th, the day before our conference startup, and we'll look to grab one more. Appalachian State, maybe, though they're kind of smaller on that scale of what I'm looking for. Already have West Virginia. Yeah, like we can play West Virginia twice if we really wanted to. I don't really want to. I don't want to go anywhere outside of the... St. Peter's isn't really good. Bradley's in Illinois. Wichita State's all the way out in Kansas. I'll pass. I guess we're going to actually change this. Okay, so we're going to play Seton Hall. And then on the 19th, we'll get West Virginia. There we go. There we go. So that'll be our two big games. We'll be at Seton Hall and at West Virginia. So you can look forward to those. Oh, they're both in December, though. I just noticed that. Alright. I don't really... I'm going to get in this one. I can get West Virginia here. Let's do that. And then we'll switch this out. So November we'll play West Virginia at the end of November, and we'll play Seton Hall. Let me see if I can get them on another date, though, or get someone better. Well, not better, but, you know, get someone equivalent. No, not really. I can get Cincinnati. Alright. That's what we're going to do. West Virginia on the 28th, Cincinnati on December 15th, and realistically, you know, if you want to know why I'm doing that, it's for filming purposes. That's why I've been sitting there trying to figure that out, because I'm like, there we go, we can hop in November, hop in December, and watch those two games if we want to. We may not, but I feel for filming purposes that works a lot better. Okay. We play LaSalle at home on December 1st. We're going to change that again because I want someone to kick. Ooh, Yale. Yale will be fun. I mean, they're going to beat us, but Yale will be fun. We're going to have Lehigh. Lehigh wouldn't be a bad shout. NC Wilmington's too good. Same with them again. We're getting into all these Siena, then Monmouth, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to say Monmouth, because I already said it. We haven't played the Mount yet. We can also go play La Loya, Maryland out of Baltimore. Have them come over from Baltimore for us. That might be a nice road game, though. We can get them on the road. Alright, let's bring in Lehigh. Switch the Seton Hall game out for a road trip to... Yet to be decided. The Mount's not available for a road trip, unfortunately. Really, Dickerson is, though. Charlotte, but they'll kick our ass. Well, I think a lot of these teams will kick our ass no matter what. I really don't want to go to Arkansas. Did I change my game up there? I did change my game up there. You bastard. We're gonna play the... Well, we're open against Lafayette then. It changed my game out there on me. There we go. We're open against Lafayette. Play Lehigh. We'll switch out over here. We'll go on the road to... Who was it that it switched on me that I was all pissy about? They're on this list. It switched the game out on me, and I was like, wow, where are you playing there? Maybe we'll change it. There it is, Central Connecticut. We'll go on the road to Central Connecticut then. If the game wants to be that way, fine. Be that way. See if I care. We could take a trip to Malibu. Kids would love that, but I ain't paying for that. Well, the school would have to pay for that, but I doubt the school, I mean, realistically, again, with Delaware State, I really doubt the school's going to be like, oh yeah, we want to take a trip to play our basketball team to go play Pepperdine in Malibu. Like, yeah, sure. We'll get right on that one. We could go to Missouri, but I think that has about the same problems. I think that'd be slightly more palatable. Oh god, there is no one to play. We're really starting to burn through all names. Good lord. You can play Iona. They're gonna kick our ass, but they're at least close. Where should we take a road trip to? We can take a road trip to Temple and get our ass kicked there too. See if they'll pay us to kick our ass. Fine. We'll go to Iona. Then we have Cincinnati, and then we will switch the West Virginia game for... Go to Buffalo. Play the other team in Buffalo. Not the good team in Buffalo. We go to Jersey City. We've already done the Jersey tour as it is. Or play Marist and Plowskippy. Let's go to New York. I don't know. We don't have too many New York visits, I don't think. We go, what? We play Wagner. Oh, it switched that on me. You bastard. Stop switching my games. Ah. Oh, Harvard opened up. I'll play Harvard. They'll kick our ass, but I'll play Harvard. Or we could play the New Hampshire one. Ooh, Dartmouth. We haven't been to New Hampshire yet. Now that I think about it, that wouldn't be a bad shout. Let's play Dartmouth. I said we haven't been to New Hampshire, so we'll play Lafayette. Or we'll play Lafayette at home to open the season. Followed by South Carolina Upstate. Go on the road to Newark to play New Jersey Tech. From there, we'll head over to Maryland, Annapolis, and go visit the Naval Academy. And the 28th, we get our first big game. We go over to Morgantown to play West Virginia. Good old Press Virginia. I don't think they're usually Press Virginia in this game, unfortunately. Following that, we come back home for a game against Lehigh of the Patriot League. They were in the tournament fairly recently, if I recall. We then go back on the road and take on Central Connecticut and New Britain, Connecticut. For traveling up to New Rochelle, New York to play Iona. Another team that's been in the tournament recently. Following that, we come back home to Dartmouth to take on Dartmouth of the Ivy League. Before going back on the road for our second big game, where we go to Cincinnati, Ohio, and take on the Bearcats. And we finish off the non-conference going to Plowskippy, New York, to play Marist. Before we get a little break there we get New Year's off and Christmas off, and come back January 2nd to play Maryland East Shore. Will be our first conference game. Alright. Recruiting's all set. That's all set. Let's go ahead and advance on.
You have new mail.
Bowie still hates us. Brody still hates us. Nicholson and Erskine do not hate us. We'll go ahead, long as we're here. We'll do one more run of recruiting, then we'll call this episode set, and I'll come back and show you who we did get. So, Taylor doesn't like us. We're going to just take him off. I still have him to watch list, but McDade's already signed with Delaware. That's good. That gives us one more. He's not at all interested. We're just going to take him completely off our list. Ewan Cardo signed with New Hampshire. Don't really care. Stewart ended up going to Iona. Cruz to Maryland East Show. Again, he wasn't one of our ones on our list. Unfortunately, one that was on our list, Nicholson's going to Alabama State. Or watch list him, though, because he may not qualify. I think they're one of the schools with crappy, so we kind of missed out on one there, unfortunately. Erskine, we missed out on. That's kind of... So, we haven't managed this too well. I probably should have failed a little earlier on a couple of those guys, but... Like I said, I was being hopeful. Too hopeful, but... You know, you can't... What can you do? So we got 3 scholarships left. We have... Oh, Trico's actually interested in it now. I may go after him. I think you'll see probably Wheeler. Unless someone else really decides they don't hate us anymore, but I don't really see it happening. I do like Wheeler's ability to pass the ball. Even though he's a little small and he can't really shoot from the outside, but we can work with him for now. He'll eventually get replaced, but we can work with 6'8" for now. I'd rather have 6'10", 7. But again, we don't really have a shit ton of options there either, so no one else who's actually has any size to him wants to talk to us. See if we can maybe luck into getting a couple of them to talk to us, but I really kind of doubt it. I don't even like Sasser. Why the hell am I calling him? Sasser and Runian are guys on there that are because they're tall, but they kind of suck at being power forwards, but they look really interesting. But they'd be kind of fun to have as like a small forward, like a really tall small forward. I have an addiction to converting players over to positions. I'll fully admit that. Yeah, okay, see, none of the tall guys want to really talk to us, so... it's between Wheeler and Chapel, probably. They're the ones who actually like us. And the thing I like about Wheeler is, primarily, I really do like his passing ability. Let's give him a call, see what we can plus help him. Well, he doesn't want to talk to us about anything else, so... Whenever with playing time, I'm going to go and just give him the scholarship. I know it's kind of lazy, but I'm a lazy recruiter, I'll fully admit. I could just sit there and look through players and try and call and try and get guys interested, but, you know, I'm just going to burn it and see what happens. Trico. I don't think Diggs and Jennings are really going to ever talk to us. I mean, I never thought Trico would either, and he kind of finally came around, but... I do kind of like him. I mean, he's going to be an average player, but I can deal with average at this. Get up and tell me what you want. Alright, we'll talk to you about location or playing time. Parents like playing time. They're really influential. Let's just try playing time for now. And then it really just comes down to, do we want Trico or not? I'm kind of leaning towards I may take him. He's not perfect. But I like his scoring ability. At the very least, he'll be a bench player for us eventually, and hopefully that one scholarship we can either bring in a really good player as well to complement the rest of these guys, or we're just, you know, at the very least add a good player, I guess. I don't know. We'll use it probably if we don't get someone in. I'll probably try and use it on a transfer. Be fully honest, I'll try the transfer route to get someone decent as well. Kind of like a real small school does. Like when recruiting camp doesn't work, transfers. So I've never had good success with transfers in this game. Anywho, we'll throw him a scholarship as well. And then we'll go ahead and... I'm going to do something really stupid. And I don't actually like Jennings as much now. I'm going to go visit Diggs and just pitch our location and see what happens. Why not? Why not? And the other one, I'll take... Guns of Juco, he's actually supposed to be good. I don't like his size, though. And I'm too beholden to size, and I'm just like, whoa, he's got really good skills, but he's short. He can't really handle the ball, and he can't really... Now it's between which ones do I want to visit, like... Heskett, Lindquist, or Niederville's rebounding numbers are really nice, though. For having crap rebounding. Let's visit him, and I don't know, we'll pitch him playing time. Why not? We got visits to use, why not? We're not going to use all that money, trust me. They think, like, well, what about the money? It's like, well, we'll be fine. Alright. Let's run the... Oh, I forgot the other things I did. I'm sorry. I set the practice plan finally. If you remember... I'm sure someone's been yelling about that or would be yelling about that. But yeah, I finally set our practice plan, so there's that. Boom. And... to go back and yell at them again here shortly. It's probably ending pretty soon. But I went in and yelled at all these players to go study and get a tutor. I also tried to change some of their shooting stuff around a little bit and start working on that. But primarily, I came and just yelled at them to go get tutors. And to study some more, because a lot of them have really crap grades, and I'm kind of afraid about that. Alright, we'll go one more round here.
You have new mail. You have new mail.
See if we get anyone in. Of course, it had to save. There we go. Trico decided to go to New Jersey Tech. Fuck you. Unionville didn't want to come. Diggs didn't want to come. That's a shock. And now Wheeler doesn't want to come. Well, lovely. So, how can we sum up this episode? Recruiting's going lovely for us. We did get seals at least. And a whole lot of nothing else. Granted, part of that was me fucking up on a couple guys I probably could have gotten if I had actually just scholarshiped them instead of being like, no, let me try and get these guys. But hey, what can you do? That's the beauty of the game. So, there we go. There's our early recruiting update. It's going horribly. Hard recruiting is hard. Not really much surprise on that one. So we'll come in. Yeah, we got our schedule set up. I kind of talked about how I do scheduling in general. We looked at our players that we were interested in and how none of them like us, apparently. Stuart, we're going to go take off my list here. Trico's out. Diggs is out. Riskin's out. Taylor's out. Yeah, so I have no one on my... So we're going to be doing a lot of late recruiting. So we're going to see if we can find some guys that we can convince to not hate us. I'm updating my list here, sorry. And yeah, so fun times in recruiting. This is going to be really interesting to get going off the ground floor. But that's we're up to almost 37 minutes, and that's plenty for an episode. So we'll come back next episode at the start of our schedule. Hopefully our guys actually listened to me and studied, so they don't get academically ineligible because they'd be idiots and drop the grades even more. And can't really think of much else to add, so come back here for episode 4, and we'll go ahead and open up the season with the Lafayette Leopards, and watch us probably get our ass kicked by them. But hey, optimism, right? Alright, later.